Do 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 do. Brought to you by DBZ All Star. For all your comic goods, Cashman's Comics. All donations get sent to his PayPal if wanted. And now on to this horrible show. Okay, camera's on. Gotcha. Welcome to today's show, The Diary of the Madman. I am your host, the Madman, Maddie. I'm here for... Why am I here? That's actually a good question. First of all, I love my little variant hat. Number two, take a look at my Funko Pops. They are so awesome. And my stacks of DVDs, that's not so awesome. And cards I have to work with, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, why I'm really here. And why you're here is to watch me stumble and fall and fail and blah, blah, blah. But today is a review day. I have been randomly reading books on my to-be-read pile. To-be-read pile is right there. Some of it's way over there, everywhere, yeah. And before I could buy, and before I want to buy anymore, I want to read what I have and start purging. But... is that going to happen today? Is that not going to happen today? We will find out with review time. These are my notes. Toss notes away. Let's get on with the show. First, we are going to start off with... Actually, it's a very multiversal topic today. Only 2 books. So, this took me a while to read, but yeah. Anyways... okay, not book 3, not book 2, but book 1. Okay, these I got a while back. Deluxe covers or deluxe editions. I used to collect these single issues. It is written by Robert Kirkman. Illustrated by Lorenzo De Feliz. I am not going to say, I'm going to kill that last name. I'm sorry, dude. I am so sorry. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, back on the road again. I am going to review Oblivion Song, which, first of all, look how beautiful that cover is. Book 2 is just as beautiful. And book number 3. Look at the beauty there. Let's see, what I liked about it was the artwork. There will be more to it on, well, the artwork I enjoyed. However, there is going to be a negative, but I'll get that afterwards. But the artwork is really enjoyable, bright, very eye-popping. It kept the pace going and all that. Loved it. Storyline was actually really good. Kind of fell a little bit in the middle a little bit, and a little bit of time jumping between 3 years back ago, 3 years forward, that kind of thing. My hair's just, Anyways, so, but it was easy to keep track. Like I said, it kind of fell flat a little bit in book number 2, but book number 3 was a really good conclusion. As for books, there isn't really much to review. You just mostly tell how you like it. I mean, the premise here is literally a world where there was an incident that involved people basically shifted to another world, an alien planet, basically. And the alien planet is connected to Earth, so you can hop from point A to point B, point A, point B with the main character's device, and he's trying to rescue all the people that are currently in the aliens planet to bring them back to Earth. But a lot of them, because they've been stuck there for so long, enjoy living there. They're getting used to it, including the main character's brother. He doesn't want to leave. I mean, you get used to a certain area, you're basically gone native. But essentially it's that, and trying to cope with the main character's trying to balance his Earth life and trying to make it where his brother's comfortable to come back, and then eventually they reveal like the alien species race that kind of has to do with this whole Oblivion song, as they call it, ordeal, where they are shifted back and forth. And then there was a greater scheme. I am not going to tell that because they actually tell that, I would say, about halfway through book 2. That's when it started to pick up just a little bit. They revealed book 2, why and how any of this even happened to begin with. It's hard to explain without spoiling it. But if you like the whole universe, I wouldn't say universe hopping, it's just 2 planets. Earth, alien planet. That's it. They hop between the 2. There's no multiverse, anything, but there is a lot at stake. It's the team is like a little mini scientist, basically, because they're not funded by the government or anything. Well, at first they're not funded by the government, really. They're like underneath, but hard to get into that without spoiling. But anyways, all that are the positives. The only downfall I had with Oblivion song is, although the artwork is beautiful, I'll show you the beauty of the artwork. That is book 3. I don't want to spoil it, just in case you guys do want to read it. Let me find a really good splash page here. You would think I was way more prepared. I am a professional, said no one. I put the F in professional. I'll go with that answer. Well, no. I want a mapping of it. There we go. Here's a good example of the artwork. Nice, beautiful. You kind of get it, but when it starts getting into like further, when there's more action involved than this, I admit the images got a little too busy. I mean, there's still, you can still kind of see it. It's not as bad as like saying trying to read manga where the action's all in black and white. It's really hard to see the effects that are happening on the pages, but still it kind of diminishes a little bit because I sat there and go like, what am I looking at for a minute? It took me a minute to digest what I was looking. But all in all, it was an enjoyable read, and I would definitely recommend this. I would give this series here an 8 out of 10. What I'm going to read after this, I have no idea, but the plan is, now that I got these, I'm going to not get rid of these, but my next purchase I want to get to go with these are, since it's a Kirkman thing, Kirkman run, is I want to get the deluxe Walking Deads. Eventually I'll read those, but yeah, even though I read Walking Dead already. Okay, so there's that one. Onward to review number 2. A DC one, an oldie but a goodie, and a classic story that they just released on Blu-ray and DVD not that long ago. Animated, but still. And one that I really wish they would do extremely well. It's written by the combination of Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Rest in peace. You awesome man, dude. Is my trade paperback, Crisis on Infinite Earths. This, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, artwork is so beautiful in this. I mean, it's, I want to say, is it 80s or 90s? I really should have done more research on this. Oh, 80s, there we go. Just a little quick glimpse of the artwork. What I hated and loved. I think it'd be easier if I just say what I hated about it first. What I hated about this was I felt like there should have been more missing issues in this one. I mean, it is a trade paperback. I feel like there should have been more issues in here that were tied in, because I feel like when I read it, there was still some missing holes. Not sure where they went, but yeah. Pretty much that was my only complaint. That and not really much of a some of the characters on here. They didn't even have really much of a backstory that was added on here. But other than that, it's a classic story. They had, well, first of all, it did what it was probably aimed for. Reading this made me want to read other series that don't have collections or anything. Like, well, I know Warlord is coming out, so we got that. But like, I want to read Warlord now. I want to read. Actually, I want to read more Supergirl and Flash after this, and Titans. But that Commandy Challenge, or is it Commandy Challenge? I have no idea what it's called. But unfortunately, I never grew up in this era of comics. I was born in '89, so that was close. But also keep in mind, I did not have a comic shop near me for a while, long while, super long while. I relied on Myers and grocery stores for my comic book needs. But yeah, reading this though made me completely love this era of comics. The writing was extravagant, kind of poetic in some moments. The character development, there was some extremely well character development in it, bringing back some old characters like Earth 2 Superman, basically your classic Superman. And then the Flash on there, unfortunately, yeah. Couple major deaths in here that actually I got kind of angry at one of the deaths. But at the same time, yeah, I still can't go over that death, actually. Unfortunately, though, actually look at this. Yeah, there was actually quite a few deaths. What else was there? Writing's good. My brain went blank for a quick second. God. I feel like there should have been more, but for what it was it was enjoyable. Will I reread it again? Yeah. I am actually going to upgrade this to a deluxe at some point when I get the money. I don't know what I'm going to do with this trade paperback copy. Maybe gift it off. Maybe if someone wants to buy it. Don't know yet. Whatever happens, happens. But writing. Oh yeah, a few more things that just popped up in my head about this. What I loved about was the humor. There was actually some very interesting humor in there. I mean, there was a few adult humor, I hope I admit. There was a reference to Beast Boy meeting the Marvels. You know, Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, blah blah blah. And Beast Boy's like, when are we gonna meet Old Man Marvel and Fetus Marvel? Stuff like that. It's just weird humor that was in it. Very enjoyable though. And it did have serious moments. It had the comic blend of humor with serious. That's what I like in my comics, where you can take light of some of the situations, but when shit hits the fan, they can get serious. I love this. Not dark and brooding or anything like that. They even had classic style Batman in here, which I love that era of Batman. That was the Batman I grew up on. I kind of wish they'd bring back that kind of Batman in comics, but I doubt it. It's all rogue gallery fight. But anyways, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give this a 9 out of 10. It'd be a 10 if I had more context to read in it of different tie-ins. I know there are tie-ins for this. Probably because of binding and limitation reasons they didn't include it in here. I don't know. But for me, for reading this, I did feel a little slight lost. I don't know if the deluxe has more chapters or more issues or whatever to fill in the gaps. But for the most part, being a new reader to DC Universe, this isn't exactly the right one to get into. If you're a moderate like me that knows history and hasn't really read all of it, but you get the idea, I would definitely recommend this. And to basically the comic nerds out there that pretty much have every comic book in the sun, why are you watching this? You probably already own it. Other than that, that's my reviews. I still updates on this channel. I want to enhance it more. I want to get rid of the weird little intro I have. I want to somehow figure out how to Photoshop and use that as a cover because I already have an idea. Eventually I want to get a ring light and have this played out a little bit better. But this is what you get right now. I'm a broke-ass bitch. Anyways, that's the reviews I have for today. But stay tuned. There will be many, many more. If you're still around after this, have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Plus, it's October. Watch some horror movies. Read a horror comic. And tell me what your favorite book is, or movie, or video game that you love to watch during Halloween. And give me some content here, because I am open up for Q&As also. I am open up for anything. Let's build this relationship on here. Let's make this page huge. We gotta build this huge. We gotta build it big. Make it huge. And I like being awkward as shit all over the web. Anyways, take care and see ya.